Is everyone back? Can we continue? Or we wait a bit? Lula, let me when
we can
continue. What's happening? There's a block. Okay. Am I still properly visible on my side?
Yes, you are.
Yeah.
Am I visible always?
We can hear you clearly.
Are you able to hear me?
Yeah.
Are you able to
Yeah.
looking?
We cannot hear you clearly.
Is it?
Yeah.
Am I audible now?
Yeah, you are.
Okay. And there's no black thing over my head.
You are
can
clear.
You see me clearly. Okay. I'm seeing a block over my head on my side. So it's fine. Let me continue. I was on number 3, speaking about your emotions, understanding the feedback that comes with your emotion. Point number 3 of the importance of questioning yourself is so that you are able to understand your emotions, to say, like, happy and it's okay, right? I don't have to be happy all the time. You know, when I feel sad, it's okay. I must just understand what makes me feel sad and what is it that I have to do for me to get out of the sadness, right? If it's because maybe I am angry with someone, I should be able to say, okay, am I able, excuse me, to speak to someone, or is it because I have to just talk to someone really sharp, you know, so that I'm able to get over this, right? So, excuse me, it's just there to say every time you feel any kind of emotion, allow yourself to feel the emotion, but be able to question these emotions, to say, why am I feeling this way? Don't leave it at I don't know, and then you will think it's okay for you to feel that way. Sometimes it's not okay. It's because you need to just or on whatever that is happening at that time, so that you are able to be okay and do well, right? And then number 4 is, do they align to who you are and your purpose? So it's important that you keep questioning yourself to say, the things that you are doing, are they aligning to who you are? Do they align to your purpose? The things that you are investing your time in, do they align to who you are? Are they aligned to your purpose? You know, so that you don't find yourself doing so many things and then they're just out of your scope. So at the end of the day, you feel, I've actually been spending time on 1, 2, 3, but what have you gotten out of it? Nothing. What was it speaking to in your life? It was not speaking to anything, because it does not align to your purpose. It does not align to who you are. So it's very important that you understand things that you do, that do they speak to who you are? Do they align to your purpose, right? And then now we quickly move to, okay, you can read my bio. Look, reading my bio, for me, it's important so that you understand the importance of credibility in life. Ne? These things that you do and you achieve, they become, you are a city on a hill by just being you know, by being born of God, you are a city on a hill. Ne? But these achievements become pedestals that takes this light on a, like, emisha this light up, right? So when you don't have achievements and things that you back you up, you are a light, but you might be here. But when you add achievements, they take you up here. You add stuff, you know, to your name. Then they bring out the light to really be up there and shining. And that's what you want, right? You want, when you are in the top 10, it makes you feel good. It works as a confidence booster. It works as what I call a confidence backpack. So achievements, things that you know that you are good at, they work as confidence backpack that you put in your backpack when you walk in, like, no, but I was in the top 10 this term because I did 1, 2, 3. I did so well in maths, I did so well in English and all those things. But also they work as pedestals to just make your light shine brighter. They work as pedestals to just lift your light up. Not that your achievements are the light, you are the light, right? But these achievements help the light to be slightly higher than those who don't have achievements, and those who are not willing to put in the work to be amazing, right? So, yeah, you can read it just for that and for motivation and inspiration. And then goal setting. I know you guys have done goal setting before, ne? You did. Were you guys part of the session, yeah, goal setting? Can just someone, who was part of the goal setting session the last time you guys had it?
The one that they were talking about bugs.
Your line is breaking a bit. Please come back. Okay, Umpile was trying to respond there. His line was not, or her line.
Okay, the one that you were saying is the one that they were talking about vision boards and stuff.
Yes. Did you do that?
Yeah, I did that.
Okay,
That was
so
the session.
okay, so do you want to perhaps share with us how important was it for you? What did you pick out from it?
That session they were talking about that we must know Hore, that they were setting our goals and doing the vision board is more important because it makes you to know Hore, that you can plan easily what are you going to do during the year, and were you able to achieve what you were setting on your goal chart or on your vision chart.
Okay. So was it beneficial for you?
Yes, it was, and then I learned a lot from that. But no, nowadays I know, Holly, I have to do this, and if I achieve that, you know, Holly, that saying I want to achieve, you achieve that, and you can tick it on your vision button. I achieved this, and I'm so proud of myself.
Awesomeness, awesomeness. Peter Decker says you can't manage what you can't measure, right? And this means if you don't set your goals, it becomes difficult for you to manage the things that you do, right? You can't measure, or how far are you? Now it's March already. How far are you in your life in the things that you want to achieve if you've not written them down? So writing them down says it makes it easier for you to measure, okay, by March, I was actually supposed to have done a quarter of this, or I was supposed to have read 2 books by March because I want to read maybe 10 books in a year. But if you don't then put down to say, I want to read 10 books, and how am I going to read these 10 books? It means I'm going to skip January and December and start reading my book 1 in February, in March. So every month I'm reading 1 book. So if you do that, it becomes easier for you to say, okay, for me to finish 1 book in 1 month, it means every day I must read 10 pages, and then, okay, by the end of the month, I would have read 1 book. And then by the end of November, I would have read 10 books, and then I've covered my goal. So I've reached my goal. But you are also able to say month by month, to say, I'm slacking behind with my book reading. I'm not yet done. I'm left with 4 chapters and it's 20 days to go. Excuse me, you know how much time you have to put in. So if you are slacking behind, this month, this week, instead of reading 10 pages a day, I'm going to read 20 so that I'm able to finish the book in time and things like that. So being able to set your goals helps you to fully measure and manage the things that you want to achieve. But most importantly, I want to read one paragraph to say goal setting is that which you are targeting your ambition and efforts to in order for you to see and achieve your results. So it helps you to know, where do you channel your efforts? Where do you channel your time? Where do you channel your ambition? Then you target those areas. So I'll waste your time on things that you don't want. If you don't want to play netball, you are not even going to waste your time at the pitch just capping your friends there by the netball pitch because you don't want to play netball. So you'd rather be at home reading your book instead, because maybe one day you want to be an author. So if you want to be an author, you better be a person who reads, so that you are able to then expand your knowledge, so that you are able to then gain more knowledge. So it's just that being able to know exactly what I want and how to channel my resources towards that. And in terms of resources, we're not just talking about money, right? We're talking about your time. You are talking about the assistance. I mean, this is kind of help that you have, right? It's a resource for you. Your those after school sessions that you have, the weekends English sessions that you have, that is a resource that you have, and you are channeling it towards your studies. So you must be able to know that I'm channeling my time, it's a resource. I'm channeling help, is a resource. I'm channeling support, is a resource. I'm channeling, all these things that you have available for you as resources towards that which you want to achieve. And that could be, I want to be an A student, in this term. I want to reach this and reach that, and then you are good. But also then it helps you to set SMART goals, that these goals are specific, they are measurable, they are attainable, they're realistic, they're time-based. Specific to say, in maths, I want to achieve 80 plus this term, Measurable is that you say, okay, let's say you want A plus. You say, I want A plus, right? That is specific. But measurable, A plus starts at 75. A starts at 75. So if I get 75 plus, that's what I want, right? But now me being Mapula, I want 80. So you will say measurable is that I want to get 80% this term in maths. And then attainable is that, how will I do this? Is it attainable? So meaning every day I'll practice maths, I'll go to the maths extra lesson, I will do 1, 2, 3. It is unattainable. Do I have the time to practice? Yes, I have the time. Okay, it means me attaining 80% is really attainable. Realistic is that, yes, it's realistic, because every Saturday there's a maths class which I'm going to attend. My parents can be able to pay 1, 2, 3, but even if they don't pay, there is a free maths class that is offered at this time. I'm able to attend that. If there is another session that is on TV, I'm able to attend that. If there are question papers that needs to be done, I'm able to do those questions. That means this thing is realistic. It's not far-fetched, when you sit, you don't have help, and then you are watching TV and you think you still want 80%. No, it doesn't work like that. You have to know, okay, I'm going to deny myself this and deny myself that for me to achieve the 80%. That's the difference between people who achieve and people who don't. They put in the time, and the rest don't put in the time. And then another time, think it time-based, to say, for you to achieve it by March, what would you have done? It means from January, you start with your mates. You don't wait for exam time and then you start practicing. Oh my God, under pressure, tonight you are over, you are sleeping, you don't sleep enough so that you do the maths. Every day I'm giving myself 2 hours of my time to my maths so that I'm able to get this 80% that I want. So that's how smart these goals must be, right? And then key areas to focus on, it's your personal development. And then this is decide what you are not going to do. And it's interesting that we're deciding on what you are not going to do. Not what you are going to do, because most of the time we know what we want to do, but what is it that you are not going to do? By the fact that you are going to do the other. So it's very important that for your personal development, you must come to a place where you understand, well, for me to do this, it means I'm not going to do that, right? It becomes easier for you then to then develop, and then you align your confidence to your purpose and put strategies that will help you prioritize and be productive. So we've spoken about alignment, we've spoken about priorities. So knowing what you need to do and what you don't have to do makes it easier for you to align, right? And for you to develop yourself personally, because you're not doing it for anyone. I think that's another thing that we need to be put it out there. Ne? You are not personally developing yourself for your parents. You are not personally developing yourself so that someone can hire you. You are not personally developing yourself so that you can be someone's husband and someone's wife, a better husband, a better. It's not about anyone. It's about you, to say, who do you want to be, and then how willing are you to invest in that which you want to be, ne? So we're not developing ourselves for our boyfriends and our girlfriends and the other stuff. You are doing it for you. And it must be very important and come up very high on your list that this is for me and not for anyone else, and not even for your parents. You know, you are not studying so that you can make your parents proud. And it's important to make them proud, but are you proud of yourself? Are you proud of yourself first before they claim to be proud of you, right? So yeah, it's just that. And then the other key, I've jumped to more pages. Okay. My fitness. A healthy lifestyle starts in the mind. A strong and positive mindset is key to developing healthy self-esteem. Look, guys, take a walk, man. A healthy mindset is, you don't have to go to gym. But it's important to create just some sort, like, eat healthy nyana, man, take a walk nyana, buy a skipping rope, skip nyana, run nyana, put in a bit of effort in your health and your fitness, because I can guarantee you, the healthier you are, or the more physically active you are, you pump in some energy into your day. You pump in some energy into your mind, like your mindset becomes a bit more sharper because you've put in a bit of physical activity. So I work 2 hours away from home, né? So I drive 2 hours in the morning and I drive 2 hours back in the afternoon. So 4 hours of my day I'm on the road. But I make sure that I am up at 4 a.m. I have prayer between 4 and 5. From 5 until I start skipping. So that by the time I start bathing and then I'm preparing and then I'm out of the house by 6:30, I have prayed, I have skipped, and then I have prepared myself. And I skip not even to lose weight anymore. I skip for me to just have a sharp mind, because I noticed that skipping is efficient, is now, you can just skip for 10 minutes and you are good, but you would have a sharp mind. I would have pumped in so much energy for me to drive the 2 hours without, like, if I feel so exhausted, I just want to sleep. No, I'm able to run through my day very well, So what am I encouraging? A healthy lifestyle, to say, find a skipping rope, take a walk in the evenings or in the morning, take a walk, just try to run a bit around the block, do something so that you keep your mind sharp and running. You pump in some energy to your day. When you get to school, you are not going to get to school already tired. That won't help you, because you are missing out on a lot when you get to school already tired. Né? And another thing is sleeping on time. So you must be able to manage your day in a manner that 10 o'clock I'm sleeping. Because when you sleep enough, your mind is more active the following day. But when you don't sleep enough, you have a recurring exhaustion, if I should put it that way. And it must not be okay for you to forever be exhausted. It must never be a norm that you don't get enough sleep. Sometimes it's difficult. I mean, sometimes we sleep for 2 hours, and you were like, it's just a nap. But then sometimes you sleep 4 hours, it's just that. But you try to create a healthy timetable that allows you to sleep enough, so that you are able to come and have a sharp mindset and running for the day, right? And also the ones that are doing matric and maybe in grade 11, if you do extramural activities, don't stop when you're in matric. That helps you to not be burnt out by the books. So you use extramural activities for you to clear your mind. You use extramural activities for you to take a break and re-energize yourself for the books. So you find that most of the time they tell you, oh, when you get to matric, then stop playing soccer, stop playing netball. It disadvantages you because you are losing out on things that you like, right? And when you do things that you like, they pump in some energy for you to do other things. So if you like any kind of sport or any other thing outside the books, make sure you give them time, ne? Because that helps you to pump in some energy for you to do your studies. It pumps in energy for you to focus on your studies because you've done something that you really like, that you are passionate about. But when you don't give time to things that you're passionate about, you get to be burnt out. Ne? And you don't want to be burnt out. And you don't get burnt out because you're doing a lot. You get burnt out because you're not doing the things that you like. Nah? So find time and expression for the things that you like. And then another priority in our focus area would be your relationships and your cycle. Guys. The people that you are with matter the most. The cycle that you keep matter the most. The Bible speaks about a bad behavior corrupting good morals, right? And that thing is not a joke. You know, you hang around bad people, you will see yourself manifesting bad behaviors. And sometimes it will happen unconsciously. You are not going to sit and say, oh, because I'm working with people that think, when they're cool and I want to be. No, you will find yourself wanting to become cool out of nowhere. And then you are thinking, and then what is happening? It's because you were chilling with people that think they are cool and disrupting classes okay, it makes you feel like you've got more power. If you walk with people that smoke now and then, you will eventually find yourself smoking or desiring to smoke, And then when you start to desire to smoke, a smoke must go with a beer or a smoke must go with something else. And then it will start with a cigarette and you will want to then test a bit of the nyaopes and you will want to test a bit of drugs and a bit of something stronger. And then it builds up. You don't just wake up and say, give me drugs. No, it starts with like, it's just a cigarette. And then you're like, oh, give me pajenyana, And then after you take paje, like, oh, but give me drugs. You're already gone. So the company that you keep plays a big role. If this year or today from now, when you leave this session, you must decide to leave certain people, I would advise you to do them. Leave them. Leave those crews. You are not cool enough because you work with people. You must be cool by yourself. And it's very important that you understand that I am cool. You actually make the crew cooler. The crew does not make you cool. You are okay with who you are. And if you don't like certain things, you're okay. If they're going to label you stupid, that's all right? You don't belong in that group. So I want you to take a decision, a firm decision that I'm not going to walk with those ones because they have a negative impact on my life. And you choose with the ones that are labeled nerds, but because you understand that they have a positive impact over your life, and then you work with them. So it's important the kind of relationships that you keep, the kind of people that you keep. But also, what is important is the kind of relationships that you have at home with your parents, with your siblings. It's important because they provide support, right? But if you don't have a good relationship with your parents, it means there is a certain level of support that you lack. Ne? And there is no way mustard seed is going to provide a lack of parental love for you. Ne? There is no way any other parent will cover what your parents can do. It will always feel like there's something that is lacking. So if there is a relationship that must be mended at home, please ask for help. Let that relationship be mended at home. If there is a relationship between you and your siblings that must be mended, please ask for help so that those relationships, they are mended. But also, if there are relationships that are important to you and they're not doing well, try to ask for help so that those relationships are fixed, because they do play a role in how you think, in how you do things. Sometimes you might do things just in retaliation because my parents are not really there for me, or for whatever reason, I don't have support at home. I mean, some of them, I see your parents are the ones setting up for you. They're giving you their phones, you're using their data and stuff. So be able to find, places that support you, places that speak to what you want and your growth. But if there's those spaces that you are in don't support that, please do ask for help. Don't be afraid to ask for help. Talk to your mustard seed leadership, talk to anyone, your neighbors, your teachers at school, and ask for help that will mend the relationships that matter for you. And then other thing, give career choices. Don't choose things that you are told to make money. Don't go because I want to do doctorate, because when you are a doctor you will make more money. You are going to be bent out at some point. You choose careers of things that you like, things that you're passionate about, things that are also needed in the country. So I imagine you will check, if you do IT, that is what is needed right now, because we are moving into a digital space, and these are things that are needed in the space. But also, if you are moving as a doctor, you also that try to say, as a doctor, how can we digitalize things, because we are moving into a fourth industrial revolution that requires almost everything to be on a digital space, digital platforms, and things like that. So when you choose a career that matters to you, not matters to anyone else, but that matters to you, right? But also, don't just say, I'm gonna go to vets because vets is like the most famous institution, whatever. If you want to be an electrician, artisan, go to a college. Stop going to a place that does not support what you want to do because it's famous. But is it famous for what you want? So if you want to go to law, you want to do law, you must know which institution provides the best law education. And then you are told it's the University of Limpopo. Go to the University of Limpopo. If that does not support or is not known as a place that brings out the best lawyers or the best law education, then don't go to vets. Go to an institution that best provides what you want. So it's your responsibility right now, especially the matriculants, that you are about to then start applying. No, to say, if I want to do law, this is an institution that provides the best law education. If I want to do be a doctor, Mendunsa is the best. If I want to do IT, which institution is best for what? Google and find out those things. Which institution is best for what, so that you get to go to the best school for what you want, right? And then another thing is your spirituality. Look, everyone believes in something. Everyone believes in something. Whether you are consciously believing it or in it or not, but everyone believes in something. And what I advocate for as a pastor is believing in the Lord, because our trust, our strength, our capacity is in the Lord. You know, he has made you, he knows you, and this is also something that is easier for you to say. Look, when you want to fully find your identity, right? Understanding who you are, the Bible is your best bet. Go and read the Bible. The Bible will tell you you are fearfully and wonderfully made. You know, it will tell you you are a child of the Lord. It will tell you the Lord is your shepherd. You will not lack anything. It will tell you those who trust in the Lord, they are renewed strength. You know, they have renewed strength. They can mount up and on wings. You know, they can walk and not be weary. You know, you use these things. You use the Bible to also find affirmations. And these are not affirmations that you've just decided on yourself, because sometimes when we just choose random affirmations, they are questionable. But when it's in the Bible, this is what the Lord says about you. You know, you are saying stuff that are already there. You know, that is who you are. And the Lord does not say specific people are this and specific people are that. It's just the word of the Lord about you. So I would encourage you to be people that give themselves time to just read the Bible. Start with reading Psalms. You don't get the Psalms, you know, just to understand what the Lord says about you, and use those things as affirmations for yourself. That works as a great way of self-awareness. It works as a great way of building your confidence. It works as a great way of affirmation. Even when you feel like, oh my goodness, today I didn't do so well in maths, I feel dumb, and what, or you know, you want to beat yourself up as if you are not good enough. You are able to say, look, a righteous man can fall 7 times, but you will be able to rise up again. You know, those kind of things. You are able to use the word to affirm yourself. You are able to use the word for you to get up and rise up and do amazing, right? And then, okay, now I want us to all go to page 15. Are you on page 15? I want us to all go to page 15. Eh? Oh, okay, we're going to the quiz. It should look like this. I want us to all go to the quiz. And then we have our journals and our pens ready. I just want us to do the quiz and then we will continue. Please be aware that this session will end in 7 minutes. We're going to have, is our second session going to end in 7 minutes? Okay, let me see. We're going to have to rejoin, okay? All right, let's quickly do the quiz. Are we all on page? The ones in the class, just show me by show of hands or a sharp if you are on page 15 and we all have our journals and our pens ready.
Why do we get page 15?
On the PDF document they sent.
Where? Cannot see it.
Apparently in the WhatsApp groups. That you send them in the WhatsApp groups.
Teboho, we send it camera the WhatsApp group.
I can't see it.
I'm gonna resend it, okay? Can you send a none? We check.
Okay.
Does everyone have it? Okay. Umpile has. The ones in the class, you're good? Just show me a thumbs up, all right? Okay, I want us to all do this one together. Ne? I'm gonna give you guys 5 minutes. Answer those questions. How many questions is it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay.
And I send it to my group thing.
It's in the camera group, yeah, the learners.
Oh, it's something like the phone. Oh. But we send them a parents group.
Sharp.
Yeah. Yeah, I can get it.
Okay, so what I want you guys to do, you are answering the questions, and then the instructions say give yourself a 3 if you, okay, if you agree with a sentence, give yourself a 3. If you disagree, write down a 1. If you are somewhere in the middle, give yourself a 2. So the first question is, I can start a conversation with anyone in any situation at any time. If it's a yes, give yourself a 3. If it's a, well, maybe, give yourself a 2. If it's a no, give yourself a 1. I'm going to give you guys 5 minutes to answer the questions. As soon as you are done, please give me a thumbs up so that we continue. Or maybe I will give you guys until this session ends, and then when we rejoin, we are then coming back to it. Chitua, are you okay? I see your hand up.
Can start a conversation with anyone in any situation, right?
Miss Mapula.
Yes.
I'm done.
Okay, we've got Aluan who's done. Betty, are you done?
Yes, I am.
Okay. Umulimo. Mpile. And the people in class, are you doing well? Okay, I'll just wait for everyone to give a thumbs up or they're done.
I'm done.